Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dainty Seamstress. In this video, I'm going to be painting this little drawer that I got from the family thrift. It has 3 drawers and it was already painted. I think originally it came from Hobby Lobby, then it went over to Goodwill, and then somehow it got to the family thrift center and they had it for $5.45. So I'm just gonna take my little paint towel, dip it in some water, and see if I can get this off. Yeah, it's coming off. It might take a little while though. Oh yeah, and I was watching some little reels on Instagram. Okay, maybe I need to get some you know what, I'm just gonna paint over it. How about that? So I have my paintbrush. I'm gonna be using my white chalk paint because I love the coverage, and I'm not sure what color I really want it to be, but we're gonna start off with white and then I can go from there. So this little drawer thing is kind of big for my dollhouse. It's proportional, but it takes up a lot of space in there. So this is probably just gonna go in a doll room, or it's gonna be like on my shelf and I'll be able to pull it out and it'll have doll clothes or something in it. So I'm gonna wet my brush, and then I'm just gonna dip my little brush into the chalk paint, and I'm gonna start with the top and just put a layer over the top. See that coverage? It's beautiful. And I'm gonna paint this too while I'm at it. I highly recommend chalk paint for some of your projects, but make sure you use the wax to seal it because it does chip. It can chip, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna paint this back portion. I'm gonna paint this top part. Paint the side here. Really like this chalk paint. I'm gonna start painting the back. So I have been thinking, I'm really into this doll thing. I'm into the dolls, and I need to start uploading some sewing content for you guys. Maybe some alterations, or just, you know, maybe me making something to give some inspiration. I had an idea for a dress with an Ankara. It's an African print fabric. It's yellow, my favorite color. So I may end up doing that, and then letting you guys see that I'm going to be replicating a dress that I already have, and using the pattern from that and just altering it. Because I rarely make clothes for myself now, but I need to get back into it. I really do. And then to you guys, you know, you can let me know also what kind of things you would like to see on the channel. I have ideas for things, but I also want to make sure I'm putting out some stuff that you guys like as well. And I appreciate you all for subscribing to the channel, or even just watching the video every now and then and commenting and engaging. I really do. I think this is gonna be like, I'm gonna do this kind of, I might do a wash on this too, so it's okay if some of the color shows through because it's giving shabby chic, and I love that. So let's see what this is gonna do when I paint over. Hopefully it doesn't do too much of anything. Yeah, it's not bleeding or anything. Perfect. Got a little paint. This coverage is amazing. So far I've covered all of the back, and now I'm just covering the edges. Okay, so some of the bristles on the brush are starting to come off. So if you work with chalk paint and you get their brushes, the bristles will come off. It's by Waverly. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. Cover those little imperfections. I'm gonna let this dry and maybe put another coat. So I'll come back when this dries. Okay, you guys, I am back. It's dry. I went ahead and painted the outside of the drawers. So I'm gonna put another layer on the front because there's some little flowers. There were flowers painted on. If you saw, you can kind of see them through the chalk paint. So I'm going to put another layer just on the front. Okay, you can kind of see the red coming through, so I'm going to paint over that a little bit more too. And I'm going to leave this green. I'm not going to be too worried about that. I had an idea to cover the inside with scrapbook paper. I think another idea, if you guys are interested in doing this or building a little drawer thing, I would say you can use fabric, would be really good, and scrapbook paper, or if you want to paint it or whatever. But that's the idea that I had. So I'm just going to take some more of this paint and go over. Look at that, it's so beautiful. I love this pen. I'm gonna have to get some more because you guys, I use it so much. I think it's like almost $6. Hopefully, I'm sure it's probably went up, but it's very worth it. It's worth it to get. The coverage is just so good. It is so satisfying. I really do love painting. It's very relaxing, therapeutic. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys, just if you didn't know. Because at first I was going to use just the regular acrylic paint, and my paint is low and it's also really thick. So I kind of stirred it around a little bit, but if you ever have thick paint, you can put this stuff. It's called Winsor & Newton Oil Color Sans Odor. It's a solvent and it's low odor. So you just take a little bit of this, you can pour it in there and stir it up, and it'll loosen up the paint. So you won't have to worry about it being clumpy when you paint. So I'm just gonna finish up here. I think that looks good. Yeah, that's covered pretty good. So I'm gonna let that dry, and while I let that dry, I also had the idea of, well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna put these in here really. I'm gonna put these in here. I might have to paint over them again. You can still kind of see the original design that was painted. But I also had this leaf metal, this gold leaf. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and at the time it was $8.99. I'm not sure how much it is now, but you can get this from, I think you can get this from Michael's too. You can order it from Amazon, kind of anywhere. Maybe Walmart too might have it online. But I'm thinking of taking this and putting it on the knobs. Not really sure yet, because I kind of like this. I like this antique bronze color. There's a little, got a little paint on it. So I can get some of that off. With a little water. Okay, that I wasn't able to get in there really good. I'm gonna use this little brush to try and do some more coverage on this little drawer. I love the texture of the chalk paint too. I don't want it to scratch out too much, but it's okay if it does. I think that's okay. So I'm just gonna put it back. All right, so I did some things off camera. I have some school glue here that I'm going to be using to put the lining in. And so I chose this scrapbook paper for the lining. So all I did was I took my ruler and I measured the inside of the drawers on the outside and on the inside, and I traced it out on the scrapbook paper and I cut it out. So, and then too, I noticed that the knobs were hot glued on, so I may change these in the future. Not quite sure yet. So all I'm gonna do is take my glue. Let me take some of this stuff off. Let's see. I'm gonna take this glue and I'm gonna take a brush and just brush some of the glue onto the inside of the drawer. Let me use this little brush right here. Oh, it's kind of coming off, but okay. And I'm gonna put enough too. So I'm gonna start with the bottom first. Putting enough. So this covered pretty good. I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Okay. And so I'm just gonna take the first portion and I'm just gonna stick it to the bottom. And it fits perfectly. I'm really glad. I'm just taking my fingernail and running it across the corners to make it lay down. And that's so cute. This is so cute. So I'm just gonna do the same thing with the sides of the inside. This is the back, and the paper does overlap a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So let me make sure I have, I think this goes, let me see, these two. So I think this goes on the back and this was on the front. Yeah, so this one, I'm just sticking it in here. Yeah, that's really, really cute. So I'm going to finish the rest of this on time lapse, and then I'm going to show you guys how it came out. Hello everyone, I am back. It is the very next day because I had to take a break. Okay, so here's what it looks like after I finished the painting. Okay, and then this is what the inside of the little drawer looks like. Very cute. I really like how the paper looks like it's aged and kind of dirty, but it's not. That's just what the scrap paper looks like. And I did go ahead, I went ahead and kind of trimmed down the edges, so all the drawers look like that. And I decided, because the inside is yellow and white, I'm gonna paint it pink. I'm gonna use the golden sunset, and I'm gonna use this yellow, and I'm going to let's see, but I wonder if I have, I'm gonna try to mix this with some white and see if I can get kind of that color. And I'll try to do some type of design, maybe some pink, and then this part be this color, you know. Let's see what we can do. So I'm just gonna start by putting in some of the color. Yeah, I really, really like that pink. And so I'm gonna get my brush. towel. And then let me try to mix some of this and see what I can get with that. I have some of this. I'm gonna scoop some of it out. I can get like a pastel yellow and not have it too vibrant. And another thing I wanted to say with the chalk paint, after you apply it to whatever surface you're applying it to, if you put acrylic paint over the top, it turns matte. It's not going to have a gloss. Even if you use the gloss, it's still going to turn out matte because of the chalk. It's going to like dry it out. So I love that. And let me see, let me try. Use this and try to mix it up better. Is that, yeah, that's pretty yellow. I kind of like it. Maybe a little more white. Try a little more white. That's perfect. And then I wanted to also try and mix this with some white and see what happens. I mean, I know what's gonna happen, but I need to see it. Okay, that's pretty. This is a good color palette I got going here. All right, so my dollhouse is a lot of different colors. My phone is going off on its own. And you know what? I'm gonna mix up just a bit of this candy pink inside of this. Just a bit, because I don't want it to be that light of a pink. I kind of want it to have okay, I think it's like scraping up. Oh no. It's scraping up the, okay, I'll just put that there. That's why it's good to clean your palettes, but sometimes I get a little lazy and I don't clean them And sometimes I just like the way the palette looks with all the different colors. But it's good to take out the older paints because it'll do that. Okay, so I like the way this color is. So I'm going to paint the front of it. This is art. Yeah, this is gonna be so cute. Okay, I'm gonna start with the drawers, and I'm just gonna take some and just paint over the top. Another smooth application. Pretty. I really like the way this is coming out. That's pretty. Very pink, very cute. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and then I'm going to start. Oh, it already got some of the pink on there. So I'm gonna go on a time lapse so you guys can see. Okay, so this is the little drawer painted. I had to go over the paint with a lighter pink because it was Barbie pink, and I didn't really like it. So this is a lighter pastel pink, and I did the size with the golden sunset color mixed with a little white, and I like it. I can't really touch it too much, but that's what it looks like. And so it's gonna fit the aesthetic in the dollhouse, and then I plan on adding some more details to it, but for now this is going to be it. I'm gonna show you the inside of the drawer. I really like that yellow, and I am going to change these out, or maybe paint over maybe gold or something. Not really sure yet, But that's going to be all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it inspired you. I really love the idea of putting a lining in little drawers or any little boxes that you have. You can cover it with fabric or scrapbook paper. But you can comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I will keep you updated because I do want to paint this some more. But this paint has to dry. The acrylic paint on top of the chalk paint, sometimes it'll dry fast if you only put like a coat, but I had to put like 2 coats on here. So I'm gonna need this to dry, and then I will be uploading another video of the rest of the details that I add to it. I'm thinking some filigree or something. I'll figure it out. But again, thank you. Just knocked my phone over. Thank you for joining me. You can comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.